Yu Hao noticed Tai's unusual behavior and sought confirmation from Niu, who reassured him that everything was fine, suggesting that Tai simply needed some time to compose himself. The situation took a comical turn when Tai unexpectedly let out a loud fart, prompting Niu to recommend a punishment for the stinky offense jokingly. It appeared that Yu Hao's encounter with the Snow Empress had not only improved his combat skills, but also bolstered his endurance in battle. The Snow Empress's spirit had not only heightened his fighting abilities, but also strengthened his resilience, particularly in cold or damp conditions. Yu Hao was confident that, thanks to the Snow Emperor's great help, one could confront a fighter in true spirit essence form on an even playing field. When Wang Dong showed up 3 days later, Yu Hao welcomed him eagerly. He asked if Wang Dong had acquired a spirit ring. Wang Dong simply replied that everything was taken care of, hinting that it was confidential. Yu Hao pushed for more information, but Wang Dong assured him that he would reveal everything once they were back at Shrek Academy, emphasizing that it was extremely powerful. During their conversation, Yu Hao initially dismissed Wang Dong's secret, implying that he didn't care if Wang Dong kept it to himself. However, when prompted further, Yu Hao playfully hinted that his secret was quite powerful, but left Wang Dong hanging, promising to reveal it once they returned to Shrek Academy. This evasiveness frustrated Wang Dong, causing him to question Yu Hao's humanity for playing such a trick. Sensing Wang Dong's anger, Yu Hao quickly reassured him, claiming it was all just a joke. Later on, Yu Hao mentions that the Snow Princess has appeared. Wang Dong caught sight of her and couldn't help but comment on her cuteness, expressing a desire to hug her. However, Yu Hao cautioned Wang Dong against touching her, warning that her icy nature could harm him, especially considering his current state. Despite the warning, to Yu Hao's surprise, the Snow Empress settled on Wang Dong's shoulder. He couldn't help but remark on her favoritism towards Wang Dong. Wang Dong in return complimented the Snow Empress's tender skin and jokingly asked for a kiss. However, when she leaned in, Wang Dong quickly stepped back, citing societal norms regarding close contact between men and women. Yu Hao chuckled, teasingly suggesting that the Snow Princess preferred handsome men and wasn't interested in him as a father. This comment angered Wang Dong, who demanded clarification and questioned Yu Hao's claim about being a father. Yu Hao playfully agreed, asking what the problem was with that, prompting Wang Dong to question when he supposedly became a father. Yu Hao tried to calm Wang Dong down, explaining that it was merely a nickname, and questioned why he was so worked up. In response, Wang Dong speculated if Yu Hao's agitation stemmed from Ju Zi. He questioned if Yu Hao was disappointing his sister. Yu Hao, bewildered, asked for clarification and dismissed Wang Dong's connection between his sister and Ju Zi. Annoyed by Yu Hao's response, Wang Dong accused him of being a player and threatened to punish him on behalf of his sister. Yu Hao desperately tried to get Wang Dong to stop and pay attention to what he had to say, stressing the importance of the information he needed to share. Despite his anger, Wang Dong stubbornly refused to listen and warned Yu Hao not to reveal anything. Despite facing Wang Dong's resistance, Yu Hao persisted in asking him to at least consider his explanation. He reminded Wang Dong of the name he had been calling her, finally disclosing her true identity as the Snow Empress. Wang Dong paused in his tracks, clearly intrigued by this unexpected revelation. Doubtful, Wang Dong questioned whether the girl before him was truly the Snow Empress, expressing his confusion over Yu Hao's words. He sought clarification, asking if Yu Hao was suggesting that, in addition to the Ice Jade Scorpion Empress residing within him, there was also the Snow Empress.
Do you want to know the name of this manga, along with all the manga names of the recaps we did in our channel? How about also the chapter numbers our recaps end? You can simply ask the names in our Discord community for free or become a donor to get them all in one place. You can either be a donor in Patreon or be a member in our YouTube channel. Just scan this QR code or go to the link in the description to become a donor. Moreover, becoming a donor automatically makes you a VIP member of our Discord server with over tens of thousands of members.
After that, Yu Hao approached Wang Dong and spilled the beans about the Snow Empress, Ice Empress, and Yi Lai. Wang Dong interrogated Yu Hao about the existence of 2 or 3 Arctic kings within him. Wang Dong acknowledged that Yu Hao had been hiding a lot from him. Yu Hao clarified that he hadn't intentionally kept it a secret, emphasizing the potential danger that even the knowledge of possessing the Ice Empress spirit bone could bring. He pleaded with Wang Dong not to be mad. Wang Dong reassured Yu Hao that he wouldn't be angry anymore. Surprised, Yu Hao commented on Wang Dong's quick mood swings. He then questioned if Wang Dong had been teasing him earlier. Wang Dong casually replied, suggesting that even if he had been teasing, it shouldn't matter. Yu Hao let out a sigh and admitted defeat to Wang Dong. Wang Dong then asked Yu Hao if he lacked confidence in creating another spiritual soul. Yu Hao brought up an interesting idea, the possibility of creating another spiritual soul. He believed that it might not be as dangerous as their current predicament. Curious, he turned to Wang Dong and asked if he would be interested in giving it a try. Wang Dong's eyes lit up with excitement as he revealed that he, too, possessed twin spirits. He eagerly expressed his willingness to be Yu Hao's experimental subject. Not only that, but Wang Dong also suggested that there were plenty of disciples at the Clear Sky Fortress who could serve as practice subjects for Yu Hao. This idea thrilled Yu Hao, who saw it as a great opportunity. He speculated that just like humans, spirit beasts might also attempt to extend their lifespans using similar methods. Wang Dong agreed, pointing out that this approach could potentially bridge the gap between humans and spirit beasts, easing the conflict between them. With Wang Dong obtaining his 6th spirit ring, their journey to Clear Sky Castle came to a close. As they left the castle behind, they bid farewell to each other halfway between Shrek Academy and the Sun Moon Empire Royal Spirit Guidance Device Academy. As Yu Hao prepared to bid farewell, he made a promise to Wang Dong that they would meet again in 4 months at Shrek Academy. As Yu Hao left, Wang Dong couldn't help but sigh, muttering about Yu Hao's foolishness. Just then, Niu handed Wang Dong a small pouch and informed him that Yu Hao had successfully passed the test. Niu explained that if Wang Dong and Yu Hao's relationship had truly reached that level, Wang Dong could give the pouch to Yu Hao. Inside the pouch, Wang Dong's father had left something sealed with his mental imprint, but its contents remained a mystery. Wang Dong stared at the pouch, wondering what could be inside and why his father had entrusted it to Yu Hao alone. He then asked about the whereabouts of his parents, expressing his longing to see them again, and admitting that he could barely remember their faces. Meanwhile, Yu Hao returned to the Sun Moon Empire Royal Spirit Guidance Divine Academy, dedicating himself tirelessly to his studies for the remaining 4 months. Despite feeling exhausted, he knew that the end of his tasks was near, with only a few days left before his departure. Suddenly, he heard Xian's voice from behind, declaring that she had finally found him and wouldn't let him escape. Yu Hao assured her that he would make time for them to test their skills before he left. Xian questioned if he was really leaving, and Yu Hao confirmed, explaining that his time as an exchange student was coming to an end, and he would be heading back to Shrek Academy in just 2 days. Before announcing her departure, Xian reminded Yu Hao not to break his promise. Exhausted from his efforts, Yu Hao immediately fell asleep upon returning to his room, only to be awakened by a knock at the door. To his surprise, it was Teacher Xuan. The teacher asked if Yu Hao had forgotten their plan to meet after class. Apologetically, Yu Hao explained that he had accidentally overslept. Curious about the 2 projects Yu Hao had mentioned, Teacher Xuan inquired further. Yu Hao explained that his first project was quite significant and would require a unique method to demonstrate. He suggested entering Teacher Xuan's Sea of Consciousness, which would require complete trust from him. When asked if this was possible, Teacher Xuan, who had been Yu Hao's teacher for 2 years, assured him that he would put an end to any nonsense and proceed. As the image was projected into Teacher Xuan's Sea of Consciousness, he was amazed to witness a towering humanoid spirit guidance device, standing at a staggering height of 83 meters, materialize before his eyes. Yu Hao was seated comfortably inside the machine, effortlessly showcasing its flying, running, and jumping abilities through the control panel. He even flawlessly executed the shadow illusion step. Emerging from Teacher Xuan's Sea of Consciousness, Yu Hao sank into his seat, his heart brimming with a whirlwind of emotions. Teacher Xuan, taken aback, expressed his disbelief at the machine's extraordinary capabilities. Yu Hao calmly explained that he had harnessed the power of 32 core arrays to achieve such feats, and meticulously balanced the machine. Curiously, he marveled at how the machine could operate for an entire hour on battery power alone, without the need for spirit power input. Teacher Xuan, intrigued by the mystery, acknowledged that this was precisely the issue he had been grappling with. Gesturing for Yu Hao to rise, he hinted that there was more to discuss and unravel. Teacher Xuan was adamant that Yu Hao explains the intricate design of the machine. However, Yu Hao confessed that he couldn't replicate it using the same method he used for the steel batteries. Surprisingly, Teacher Xuan admitted that he was the creator of the machine, but hadn't informed anyone higher up about it yet. He cautioned that if news of its existence got out, it would undoubtedly revolutionize the world. Sensing Teacher Xuan's confusion, Yu Hao hinted that he had more than one project up his sleeve. Intrigued, Teacher Xuan inquired about the other project. This time, Yu Hao unveiled a metal cylinder that was only half the height of an adult person. Suddenly, a chilling aura filled the room as the bomb made its appearance. It was a devastating weapon capable of obliterating an entire city upon detonation. Only 3 of these bombs existed in the entire Sun Moon Empire, securely locked away in the refinery vault. Teacher Xuan carefully examined the bomb, taking his time before finally looking up and sighing. He confessed to Yu Hao that he had completely underestimated his abilities and couldn't believe he had managed to create such a destructive force. Curious to know if there was anything he could offer in exchange for the details, Teacher Xuan asked Yu Hao. In response, Yu Hao explained that while he could share the thought process behind the projects, the core techniques would remain a closely guarded secret. He reminded Teacher Xuan of their promise from 2 years ago, prompting Teacher Xuan to inquire if he was referring to the Tang sect. Teacher Xuan found himself enticed by Yu Hao's offer. Even though he was a highly skilled Tier 8 spiritual guidance master, he humbly admitted that he couldn't fully grasp the intricacies of the spirit guidance devices. However, he acknowledged that Yu Hao had presented him with a remarkable opportunity and asked for some time to ponder over the proposal. Yu Hao reassured Xuan that the Tang sect would always be open to him. He expressed his confidence in Xuan's ability to seamlessly merge the Tang sect's concealed weapons with the spirit guidance devices, perhaps even surpassing his expertise. After Teacher Xuan departed, Yu Hao sank into the sofa and let out a deep sigh. He couldn't help but feel disappointed in himself for not being able to surpass his teachers. The humanoid spirit guidance device was actually based on the giant spirit guidance device created by the renowned Mei the Whole. However, when Yu Hao showcased the device, he deliberately left out the failed components. On top of that, the Tier 8 spirit guidance bomb only emitted a terrifying aura because it was infused with the power of new life. Since it didn't belong to their world, even Jing Hong Chen, a knowledgeable individual, wouldn't be able to comprehend its nature fully. Although it could instill fear in people, it lacked significant explosive power. Nevertheless, once it was fully completed, it would possess the destructive force equivalent to a Tier 9 spirit guidance bomb. Yu Hao couldn't help but believe that Teacher Xuan had finally acknowledged his efforts. He was convinced that he had shown Xuan things that even a brilliant mad scientist like him had never encountered before, things that were simply irresistible. The fusion of the Tang sect's concealed weapons with the teacher's spiritual guidance devices held the potential to bring about a new era. As he prepared to return to Shrek Academy in just 2 days, Yu Hao couldn't help but wonder how his seniors were doing, and hoped that they were all thriving. As Yu Hao inquired about their destination, Jiju Chen eagerly responded that they were heading towards the prestigious sparring grounds of the Spirit Guidance Master. The sheer luxury of the place left Yu Hao in awe, prompting him to question the cost. With a smile, Jiju Chen revealed that it was priced at a whopping 100 gold coins per hour. Yu Hao couldn't help but express his hesitation, arguing that he didn't need a whole hour to defeat Jiju Chen and Xian. However, Jiju Chen quickly cautioned him against being too confident. He disclosed that in their previous sparring session, he had held back due to his lower spirit level compared to Yu Hao's. This time, Jiju Chen was determined to unleash his full power and issued a challenge to Yu Hao to defend against it. He even added that if Yu Hao couldn't, he could surrender. Yu Hao asked if they were truly committed to the challenge before agreeing to it. Jiju Chen then inquired if Yu Hao required some time to get ready. Yu Hao then questioned whether Jiju Chen had already paid 100 gold coins to rent the area. Jiju Chen, feeling puzzled, reassured Yu Hao that he had paid. Yu Hao proposed that they both begin at the same time for a fair competition. Chen inquired about Yu Hao's seriousness, prompting Yu Hao to question Chen's seriousness in return. Yu Hao wondered if Chen thought he was the only one holding back, to which Chen agreed, leading them to decide to move forward. With their decision made, they had to test Yu Hao's skills as the battle began. Xian braced herself for the upcoming fight. Yu Hao realized he couldn't spot Chen and Xian anymore, making him curious about their next move. Suddenly, a smoke ball materialized, signaling Xian's 6th ability was activated.